back to Fansplained, a media criticism podcast with Ryan and Em. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Em.
And in this episode, we're back to our CHIBI Moon Knight series. We're covering episode 5.
Yes, the episode that was number 5.
I forgot the name of it already. Asylum, that's what it was.
I mean, honestly, it should just be called, Pain.
It should just be called Emma's really upset by the ending of this episode.
Yes! I'm very upset. Fuck you. Fuck you, Marvel. You can't give me a character like Stephen Grant and then just literally chuck him over the side of the boat and leave him there to die.
I mean, you can.
No!
They've done this before. I mean, not exactly that, but, bring on characters to make you love them and then just get rid of them.
Yeah, except, they brought Coulson back for 7 unnecessary seasons of a long-ass show. But Steven just.
Well, we don't know. We still have 1 episode to go. We don't know.
Well, they need to bring him back, okay? I don't give a fuck if that is a sign that, Mark is coping and he's healthy again. I don't care. I want Steven back. I want him back right now.
Okay, but I did really appreciate how they did Steven's reveal in this episode.
Meanwhile, Jake is, in the sarcophagus suffocating.
Everyone's just sad. Everyone just ignores the third guy.
Right.
We're just gonna ignore this.
At least I'm assuming that's Jake because of the videos I watched about his other alters. That is one of the main ones.
Yeah. I mean, we only have 1 episode, so I have no idea what they're gonna do.
I mean, just all of the reveals in this were really hard to watch. I almost cried a few times.
Hippopotamus.
Shush.
Hippopotamus.
Shush. No hippopotamus for you.
Hippopotamus.
No.
Thank you, Oscar Daddy. Daddy? Sorry. Daddy? Sorry. Daddy?
I mean, and that's another thing. Oscar Isaac acted his complete soul out in this, and if I do not see him get all the awards for this role, I'm going to demand to know why the hell you gave Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany nominations, but not this.
Yeah, when this one is, hella intense and great.
Yes, this one is incredibly intense and actually is dealing with grief in a way more realistic fashion.
But what is grief if love persevering?
I'm already gonna have to hear that bullshit probably in Multiverse of Madness. I know.
I know, it's the worst.
I hate it so much.
It's the worst. No, and we've been introduced to our third contender for worst Marvel parent in existence.
Yes.
Because as much as, people throw Odin in there, if you take away the Dark World, I don't think Odin belongs in that category.
No.
Alongside this woman. Thanos. And,
Ego.
Yeah, in Ego. What the hell, man?
Man, it was rough. And then you have Ethan Hawke over there being stupid, sexy, evil Flanders.
Yeah, to the point where they even called him Ned Flanders.
And I felt
we even mentioned it, hot minute beforehand.
I mentioned it several times, and then suddenly
Steven's you talking about how he looks like Ned Flanders, and I'm like, oh my god. They did do it on purpose.
I felt so vindicated. I'm like, yes! Exactly!
Vindicated. I am selfish. I am wrong.
A very fitting song for this episode,
I know.
Actually.
Every time I hear Vindicated, I think of that song that they played in Spider-Man 2.
Oh my god.
Every time. The Dashboard Confessionals just, ruined me. And I didn't even listen to Dashboard Confessional that much. That song, though. Fuck. That was a banger album. Not the point here. But it was, and that's what happens. Every time I hear Vindicated, I flash to that song.
I mean, this was a banger episode, really. This is probably the strongest.
The music was also very good.
The strongest, most gut-wrenching episode they've done thus far.
Yeah, wildly upsetting.
Incredibly upsetting. That's pretty much my summary for this episode. it was intense and it was very upsetting. The end. That's it. I'm still dealing with the aftermath of this episode.
I'm just glad that I don't think this one will fall into the thing that I think Loki hit by its end episode, where you had all of this hype built up to this thing, and then it just goes.
Yeah,
at the end.
It really fumbled.
Like, there's so much it has to do in the last episode here. They're not gonna have time to go.
No. See, I guess that's one of the benefits of having a smaller series, is that you really don't have time for that shit. You need to actually get it.
I'm still sad, though. I want more of it.
I know. I mean, I think we all do. We all want more of it.
Bring it back already, please. Thank you.
Bring back Steven, please. He's a precious boy
who needs to be protected from the world.
I mean,
God bless him.
And that is one of the things that actually really got me, was how much Mark was trying to protect Steven.
Yeah.
Because that really messed me up.
It's also because Steven really, I think, aside from, being his, escape to deal with what is going on in his life, I really do feel like Steven also represents his brother to him a little bit.
I think Steven represents both a means of escape, also, yes, his brother, but also a lot of his father, I think.
I mean, yeah, his dad had very Fred Armisen energy. It was very odd to me.
Yes. Also, he has some crazy hair, and I'm like, see, this is where they get it. Mm-hmm. Like, I see you. I see how
I was really amused that little kid looked nothing like young Oscar Isaac. But I was like, you know what? Whatever. It's a kid actor. I don't care. They're fine. It doesn't matter. But also, lol, that is not the same person.
Like, his nose completely changed between childhood and puberty.
I mean, I'm not gonna say.
Does that really happen, though?
If you get hit enough.
No, I don't know. I think when we're growing up, we don't really notice those things unless...
Yeah, you don't really notice you growing into things unless or whatever.
Unless you're made fun of it, and then you hyperfixate on it.
Yeah.
Because kids are
He has enough fucking shit going on in his life.
Teenagers are bastards.
Yeah.
I mean, they can be.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's basically the gist of this whole episode, is pain, heartbreak, grief, learning to cope, very intense, very upsetting.
We set everything in a mental institution so that we could learn to deal with all that, I guess.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Upsetting.
Yes.
Upsetting.
Yes. And that's really all we got to say.
Hashtag upsetting. That's it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the effects were great.
Oh my god, they were so good.
The hippopotamus was great.
Hippopotamus.
Shush.
Hippopotamus. Rawr.
No.
Thank you, Oscar Isaac.
And yeah, the acting was amazing across the board, as it has been for pretty much every episode, actually.
Mm-hmm. And I really love how they're doing, again, this very Legion thing where you have, the bleed from, real life into, well, in this case, death, but, the assumed we don't know what this is, back and forth kind of thing. But, yeah, we'll be very anxious to see how they wrap this up in an episode. Mm-hmm. I have no idea how they're going to do that.
Well, by not wasting any time.
I'm nervous and upset.
Yeah.
Crying.
And then we go from the end of Moon Knight and we go right into Multiverse of Madness later that week.
Oh my god, my heart. My heart hurts.
Yep.
Okay, so thank you for listening to this mini episode of FANSPLAINED. If you enjoy what we do, consider donating on Ko-fi. Everything we make goes right back into the production quality of the show, though not necessarily by pronunciation of words, apparently. We appreciate all of our subscribers and everything you do, and we're thankful for anything from Hulk smashing that like button to your questions and comments on each episode, and especially sharing the show with your friends.
Yes.
This is typically a weekly media criticism and deep dive podcast, and we're currently still working our way through the chronological order of the MCU. This week we'll also be doing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And then following up with the last episode of Moon Knight.
Matt Poppins, y'all!
And then Multiverse of Madness, which will be much screaming.
Wait. So not only are we doing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which has that awful gut-wrenching shit, but then Moon Knight, and then Multiverse. God damn it. And then Daredevil. Yeah, but Daredevil's great, though. Not that you would know, because you kept dipping out on it.
Well, that is not for now. You can find our updates here on YouTube, as well as on Twitter and Coffee at FANSPLAINED.
I'm gonna shame you for it as much as I can.
If you want more of our conversations on the MCU and other fandoms, and apparently M shaming the hell out of me for not watching Daredevil,
yes!
subscribe to our channel and hit the bell for new episode notifications. So until next time, Salt Shakers, this has been Ryan
and M
with the FANSPLAINED podcast, and we'll see you next episode.